Greetings, and welcome to A Year of Movies, a Planet Geek production. For this project, we are using the Ivan Walters reference book of 365 films to watch on the day they happened. Each day, we watch a movie associated with the date we are watching it on. Alright, and as is the 10th of May, we are going to be watching Deep Impact from 1998, directed by Mimi Leder and starring Robert Duvall. So this is one of those big-time budget movies that has a clone. So this and the movie of Armageddon were both went into production pretty much about the same time and were actually released at the exact same time. Both world-ending disasters from outer space. So this one having the cast that it did definitely brought forward a lot of interest in the movie, and I did get to see this in the theater. Whereas I didn't see it very often since then, but it was always, it was a nice thing to actually revisit after the last time that I have seen this movie. And like I'd already mentioned, not only does the movie star Robert Duvall, but it also stars Téa Leoni, Elijah Wood, Morgan Freeman, Vanessa Redgrave, Maximilian Schnell, and Lily Sobieski. So we're dealing with one of these big end-of-the-world sort of disaster movies that were fantastic to be for your popcorn viewing in the late 90s. And it was just such a fun movie to witness on the big screen. We're dealing with a really cool cast with a somewhat contrived sort of storyline hobbled together to make this a successful movie. Definitely entertaining, and again, seeing a great cast of different faces is always kind of cool to witness at any time when you're watching a movie. And of course, throughout that, we're going to have several different, like with an ensemble cast, we're going to have several different storylines all weaving together eventually to one point. Nobody really crisscross over like a lot of some of the disaster movies do. So we actually have the movies, the different storylines basically playing out their own, which happens to just coincide around with these two comets that are coming to hit the Earth. One is going to do tons of destruction, while another one is what they're referring to as a planet killer. And again, it's cool drama. It's really neat special effects. We got some really great destruction thing. There's actually one fantastic sequence where it's just two highways just littered with vehicles, and because of the day, they're actually all physically there. There's like hundreds and hundreds of cars in this long parking lot sort of situation of vehicles that just can't go anywhere because of the amount of people trying to move. But again, we're dealing with some great actors doing some pretty entertaining acting with this storyline that has a pretty cool representation of like scientific accuracy to a disaster story. So it's actually amateur astronomer and high school student Leo Biderman, who is Elijah Wood, is the first to discover these comets. He then speaks to his teacher about it, and then they contact authorities, and we get the whole entire ball rolling on this disaster movie. And that actually happens on May the 10th, 1998, which is like at the very beginning of this movie that is 2 hours in length. And that's going to be all for this particular episode. We're going to wrap this up, look off into the future to see what we're going to be watching for tomorrow, which is May the 11th, and that is going to be 500 Days of Summer from 2009. So until next time, go see a movie.